We are live. Please work.
Okay.
What's up, guys? East Coast is probably asleep. It's late for me.
It still hasn't
9:41
even
for Pat.
popped.
Oh yeah, will you add everyone on um Discord?
Dang, is someone already in there? It hasn't even popped up for me.
I don't know. Daniel, what's up, dude? How's it going, man?
Damn, Daniel.
Grats, Patrick. What's good, guys? Wolfie, what up, dude? We're just here.
Why is it not showing up for me yet? What is
Just
this?
keep refreshing the page. Gabriel, what's up? You guys doing anything for Memorial Day? Pat, what are you doing? Don't
What
say
am I
Caitlin.
doing?
Yeah,
Uh, packing.
still packing. Dude, look at all the support. So, for all you people watching the recorded version, um, Pat was
Shout out to
given
Crazy Horse.
Pat was given a little bit of money by Lambda to move, but he's basically paying his way. So he has a little GoFundMe to help basically make sure that he can pay for his apartment. Patrick, you can link it if you want. I don't have the link and I can't mess with my
There
screen.
we go.
So if you just want to drop the link, if you guys want to contribute, great. But anything helps, right, Pat?
Yeah, even just $1, like, I appreciate it.
But we're here to answer some questions and stuff and hang out. Matthew, what's up, man? Congrats, Patrick. You're an inspiration, Patrick. What do you think of Iron Hat Coding Bootcamp? Noel, I can't look at it on my screen because this is the screen that's being shared, so let me look at it on my phone.
I've never heard of Iron Hat.
Adam, what's up,
Interesting.
man? Hello to Patrick and Josh. Dude, Edward, thanks for giving us some of your Sunday night. I was going to say Friday, but it's not. It's Sunday, but no one's got to go to work tomorrow. Okay,
Crazy. Well, not no one. I'm sure there are people that do.
I guess. Iron Hack.
Hi, Adam.
Uh, so the first thing I'm going to look for this Iron Hat Code Bootcamp is to see how much it costs and to see how long it is and to see if it has a guarantee. When are you going to do more bad bootcamp videos? So I don't want to get sued. The Reddit reviews from that trilogy video that I talk about have actually been deleted. So that's kind of scary. You know, it was also kind of negative. So I don't want to be seen like as like a giant meme that's, and then I don't want to get sued either.
I feel like some people also think that that just perpetuates the shill thing that everyone keeps telling you.
They don't tell me that much. Like that I'm anti everything but Lambda.
Yeah.
Will Lambda offer their course to Europe people? It's already there. If you're in the EU, you can do it.
They just
EU,
started their first cohort, actually.
yeah, EU, US. Um,
Kenny, I'm moving with my girlfriend and best friend.
how's my dad doing? He ran out of medication the other day, so he thought that he had more than he did, so I had to get him some more. And if he doesn't have it, it has like blood pressure medication that I have to get for him. So he's been kind of out of it, but he should be back on track. They say they're the number 2 boot camp in the world. I mean, have you ever seen a coffee house? Every single coffee house says, best coffee in whatever state they're in. I don't know. That's a bold claim. I would not make a claim and just let the results do the talking. Kenny says, what company are you going to use, Patrick? He's going to
We're
use
using
himself.
we're using a U-Haul trailer because we can't afford a truck.
Okay, so you're telling me Iron Hack is 9 weeks long. Not even 3 months. 9 weeks long, and it's the number 2 boot camp in the world at 9 weeks long.
I believe you, Rick.
What?
He said I'm the number 2 coder in the world.
Yeah, I'm the number 1. I don't even code. I don't even know how to code. All my videos are lies. I'm looking. I'm not trying to ignore chat. I'm just trying to look at to see if this has
Iron Hack.
I don't see a guarantee anywhere
If they put a
Alumni.
guarantee, they can
Oh,
get sued. Duh.
here we go. Career services. Customer service. Just rename this page to customer service. Yeah, don't go there. Poo poo, in my opinion.
Brent, that would be awesome. That I would think highly of that.
Free code camp. You want to jump into a certified one? Well, luckily for you, certifications don't mean anything. You can make your own certification and give it to yourself and just say that you can code. The only certification that matters is the code test on the job. That's it. Official or not. Feel like doing a portfolio review? I'll do it in a video. Because I need to make more videos, so I'll do a portfolio review video. I'll do that one tomorrow. Are the 3-month boot camps really worth the 10K? No. And they're not 10K anymore. They're like 15.
Brent, you're getting paid, so it's not really being taken advantage of. You're learning on the job.
First time I caught you live. What up, Mitsuru? How's it going, man? Thanks for hanging. Hopefully I can catch it, submit my... Yeah, just send it to grindreel@gmail.com. I should get like an official email, like portfolios@grindreel.com, but then you got to pay for internet hosting, and that's like another $10 a month.
Isn't grindreel.com taken anyway?
I mean, I own it, right? But you have to pay for email services for it. So what are some good projects to have? I should just make a video on it. There are no good projects. It's not about what you make. It's about how you make it and how well you can recall that in the interview. So
Austin, yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
I am super nervous. And Python, Edward. I really love Python.
You cannot believe what you get paid to learn now? Nice, dude. What was the email? It's just grindreel@gmail.com because I don't have a real email because I haven't bought it yet. Seems to work. I'm not that big. I don't have anyone like managing my social media or email. Like I do everything by hand.
Yeah, Adam, I was making a pet app for phones to help people find like adoption centers and like adopt animals. That was just like a little side project and that wowed a lot of people.
Are you liking the job? He hasn't started yet. That's June
17th.
Yeah. Let me know if the audio is even. Try not to breathe into the microphone, and I had to mess with.
Marin, I added the pet finder app that I was telling you about. I did a weather app with Chris, but it was more than just like a weather app. You could actually upload it as like a social media weather app, which is pretty cool. One project I really encourage everybody to do is to take the GitHub API and recreate the GitHub what is it called? Not errors, or what is it when a repo has bugs and you submit an error report or whatever it is that people basically like. If you're doing an open source project, you can look at it and figure it out. But you can basically remake that. It's really good and it's full crud.
Let's see. Kenny says I'm burnt out on coding. Yeah, that means it's time to move on, my dude. If you're feeling burnt out and you try to mix it up, you gotta and it comes back, it's time to move on. You're probably just not meant to do one thing all day. Like myself, I don't do one thing all day. There's no way I could do it. You probably need to find something to utilize code rather than just code to code. That's the difference between people, I guess. Did that place that you had an interview with lately, did you get it? What? Wait, what? Adam, what are you talking about? I don't want to work for anybody but myself. You done any DevOps videos? I mean, in what way? Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to show? I don't think any of us are meant to do one thing from 9 to 5. It's crazy when you think about it. It depends on the person. I myself after about 30 minutes coding on the cubicle, I'm like, what's that dude over there doing? Wait, what's he got on his screen? Hey, you show me how to do that? That looks more fun than what I'm doing. And then it seems like you have ADHD, but it's like, I want to do something that utilizes all my skills, and I don't think two days a week on the weekends is enough to satisfy that. So you're not ADHD, dude. It's called polymath. Passive income is the dream. Passive income never starts passive. Passive income always starts with about 3 years worth of hustle, and then you can take your foot off the gas a little bit. But yeah, like YouTube, for example, is kind of passive. I haven't been posting videos like every day like I used to, and I went from like $2,600 a month to like $1,300 a month. But that's okay.
You want to really impress somebody with a portfolio website? Get HTTPS. Don't do HTTP. Get a cert.
Or just get a DigitalOcean server like I have and get certbot and have it renew every 90 days by itself. Then you don't have to pay for an SSL certificate. That's what I do. Sometimes it bugs out though, and then I can't sell anything on my website because in order to use WooCommerce, it has to be HTTPS, or this big ass pop up will come up on my website and be like, "This site is not secure," and I'm like, "Yes, it is."
Oof.
What is certbot? It's an open source SSL certificate bot that creates one. Can I link you how to certbot? I don't know if there is a link. I just kind of figured it out. I just typed certbot. It's not too hard. You just gotta log into your DigitalOcean server, run a few Linux commands, put some stuff in some folders. Let's encrypt. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know why I'm calling it certbot. Certbot CLI. Okay. Wolfie knows.
Joshua, it's a good goal to work for IBM, but don't expect it to be your first job coming straight out of Lambda.
I don't think company matters. I think what you can do matters. Like, you shouldn't be leaning on a company name for recognition. There's a lot of people that get hired at companies that don't deserve to be hired at companies, but they get hired because of who they know and not what they know. I'm sure you guys all have that friend, and his dad works at the company, and you know that he's like hardly qualified to do the job, but he's making more money than you because he knows somebody. So, like, you think all the good engineers are at Google when, yeah, it's difficult, but there are good engineers everywhere. You've been struggling to get a job. A lot of jobs in your area require a degree. Are you sure they require, or it just says they require and you don't? You don't apply. Oh, I'll still apply, but when they call me and try to get an interview, they say I'm not qualified. Okay, well then just say you have a degree. Just be like, yeah, I got a degree, and they'll be like, okay, great, and they'll check the box and move you on. And then boom, you got a job. And then if they're like, all right, I'm gonna need to see copies of your transcripts and your degree, you got two options. You can be like, actually I don't have access to those right now, or you could just print one offline and be like, here you go. What are they gonna background check you at your university? Maybe. Who cares? I mean, how much do you need to pay your rent? That's the question. If it comes down to me being like, yeah, I have a degree when I don't, and I'm gonna be homeless, here's my fake degree. I don't care. Does GPA matter over experience? GPA means that you can study and take tests very good, but it doesn't mean you can solve problems. I wouldn't say all good engineers at Google. You see how it works internally. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying people think that only all are like, the world's best are at Google, and that's not the case. Maybe there's some, but there's some everywhere. That's just kind of, That's scary. I've got to check if that's legal. You want to know what happens if you do that? They just say, oh, sorry, yeah, you lied. No job for you. That's it. Who cares?
Joshua, just look up the jobs that they're hiring for that you're interested in right now. Look at what they require and start learning that if it's not inside Lambda's curriculum. That's a surefire way to get hired.
I feel like someone's going to clip this and they're going to be like, look at what Josh says to lie to get a job. And I'm just saying, like, you want to know why I say that? Is because HR doesn't know what they're doing. And it's not reasonable for their requests. And, like, I've seen it happen where some dude, like, lied about having a degree in computer science, and he just printed one out and he gave it to them. And they're like, oh, wow, this is awesome. And he did amazing on all the code tests, and they hired him. And then, I don't know, like a year down the road, 8 months down the road, he was like, I actually don't have a degree, and you guys hired me anyways. And they were like, what? And he was like, yeah, see, this doesn't matter. You guys have no idea what you're doing.
And then probably fired him.
Nope, they didn't fire him. They like, he called their bluff. And so it was like, it doesn't matter. Like, I just don't care. My rent and my not being homeless is more important than them being like, oh, well, it looks like you lied. Okay, well, I don't care.
Shocking to see Splash here for once.
HR is not smart. Yes, you are correct.
Diego, my rule of thumb is wear one up what the common dress code is for regular working.
Just business casual, dude. Business casual is like what I got on right now, or what Patrick's got on. Like, basically just casual. Like, don't show up. I was gonna say
No suit.
don't show up in flip flops, but like you can. Like,
Don't show up in a suit either.
For an interview.
Yeah. They'll think you're trying too hard or you have something to hide. Or try to make up for something.
I wore a button up and some black slacks, and that was it. Would you be able to make an interview with a freelance web developer, not like an employee? You want to work as a freelancer and would love to know the roadmap and some tips and tricks. The roadmap to freelance is sales, my dude. Like,
don't you already have one? An interview with a freelancer?
That's with Sam, but he's a WordPress developer. But
still same concepts.
Freelance is sales and reputation. To be a freelancer, you need a brand, 100%, because you need something to be like, hey, look at what I built for all these people. Freelancing, at first, you have to go to them, but you want them to come to you, because you have to be building a brand, a side hustle, and showing your name. And then, because otherwise, they're just gonna hire someone that's cheaper than you because you don't have a brand. Is 35 too late? No. No tie, yeah. Diego, no tie. Hopefully society will change. Yep, hope so.
And it's getting there too. I mean, if you look at obviously FANG companies are kind of like, not everyone wants to work there, but they're getting rid of their degree requirements. So
it would be calling the job studio directly. So they're not going to give you their phone number. That's going to be the problem. And I mean, unless they have a customer support and you'd be like, hey, can I speak to the web developer? They're going to be like, no. They're not. You're not going to be able to land a phone call like that and just be like, yo, look, I'm skipping HR. Let me talk to you. Because the developers, they got hired by HR, the ones that are there. So they're going to be like, well, I had to do it. It's just corporate culture. It's all silly fluff that doesn't need to be there, but they don't know how to do it any other way. So I'm sorry that it is the way it is. But
and then
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and if anybody's donated, even if it's $1, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Patrick has a GoFundMe for moving costs. Lambda gave him some, but he's doing it all on his own. And when I say Lambda gave him some, they just tacked on more money to that he has to repay. So it's like, yeah. How much is like, you got the U-Haul, you got a couple months rent you got to pay up front. Like,
That's only covered like the first and last months and the deposits,
yeah,
and that's all gone already.
great. Yeah. It'd be cool, but no pressure.
I'm trying to grow this out for playoff season.
What?
The beard.
Oh. I mean, suit or not, it's not about what you wear, it's about how you present yourself. I think it's about how you look. We're all actors. We all are trying to portray ourselves as someone to someone else. You go on a date with a girl, try not to be a creep, hopefully. You go into an interview trying to be smart and respectful, hopefully. Like, we're all actors. We're all trying to just, what's your new salary? He can't say. He's not allowed to say. That was the condition of the video. Mainly because it's a larger corporate company, and in those types of companies, other employees will get upset if they'll be like, wait, what? Why is he getting paid that much and I'm getting paid this much? So they care.
And I just don't want to have chance myself also getting fired or something happening. Because considering my journey to this point, anything that's bad that can happen has happened. So,
Justin, we cannot confirm nor deny.
yes.
I'm not going to do it. Patrick's job is too important for me to tell you what he makes so that he doesn't have a job. I already waited long enough to make this video. I wanted to make a video on every single company that was like, sorry, Patrick, no, for the dumbest reasons. I was like, I just wanted to roast him and be like, this is what corporate America looks like. Anyways, but I didn't do it because I don't want to be negative.
Let's just say it's very average and competitive for the area that it's in.
Yeah, I mean, it's Austin, Texas. Just type in developer Austin, Texas and look for the average. What? Let's see. I missed one. There was one. Someone deleted a comment. It said, oh, wait, no. Alex says, top tip for someone finishing up coding bootcamp. I mean, are you applying to jobs already? Josh, are you going to help Patrick build his YouTube? Patrick doesn't want to do YouTube. It's over 200K. Yeah, no. I think if you work at Amazon in Austin, it's probably over 200K.
I'll still do Twitch, Justin. Yeah.
The thing is, Patrick has a non-compete. So he can't really like teach code anymore or do code things anymore.
Just can't make money doing it.
Right. So not applying yet. Dude, you should have been applying like a month before you start finishing because it takes a month for them to get to you.
Play yesterday, as they'd say. A non-compete, Justin, is when you sign an agreement saying that anything you code, considering you have interior knowledge of the code base for a company, they think that you may accidentally slip out tidbits of, NDA code. So you're basically saying, I promise even on my off hours that won't code for any kind of financial compensation or fee.
He's not allowed to have any code side hustles. Yes, that is basically it. And I personally would never sign something like that because I think that's really selfish on their part. I feel like you would always want your employees to be learning and be compensated for it. Like if you're going to work at work and then you're going to go home and try to get better and not get paid for it, that's kind of messed up. So I feel like you should, do most companies make you sign that? No, just some companies make you sign that. That's what happened to my
big company.
Yeah, bigger companies make you do that. It's what happened to my dad. My dad signed an NDA, or not NDA, non-compete, and he worked at one company for the 20 plus years, and then that was like the only thing he knew how to do to make money, and so he made his own business so he could continue living, but he signed a non-compete, so they sued him, and he lost. And now he's like, I have literally no other skills. This is what I've done my whole life, and I'm not allowed to do it for anyone else for 2 years, so I just can't work for 2 years. He went flip burgers, and that's what he did, and then he became homeless. So I had an interview once for a front-end developer, and they told me because on my cover letter I said I have a YouTube where I make videos and I help people like get jobs and code related stuff, and I also teach code because I was teaching code then. And they said, well, if you're gonna work for us, we're gonna need you to be 200% focused. And I was like, okay, so I'll just be focused. And they're like, well, that what we're saying here, Mr. Fluke, is we're gonna need you to have to stop making YouTube videos and teaching code. And I was like, but don't you want me to get better? Like, I want to get better, and I want to be the best employee I can be. But like, if I'm gonna do it all day, I feel like I should get compensated for it. Well, we need your focus. I'm like, yeah, but you're just paying me salary, and they wouldn't do it. So that's what they said, 200% focus for sure. And they wanted me to quit YouTube, quit all my side hustles, and just focus on them. And so I said, this is not going to work. Like, if I want to be better, I'm going to be better on my own dime and like get paid for it. And I'm not going to be, I would prefer that you don't sign those. And if they give you one, you can say, hey, I'm not going to sign this, but I'll still take the job. And they might fight you on it. And then you can be like, all right, well, let's clarify these conditions some. Like, look, I know I'm not allowed to do X, Y, and Z and make money. Well, but what if I do A, B, and C? And then they'll be like, well, all right, you can do that. But in general, if you get a non-compete, or you can't work for, if you can't do, it's called moonlighting, which means you have a side hustle, right? Because you're working at night, moonlighting. A lot of companies don't have a direct policy on moonlighting, but if they find out, it makes you, in my opinion, I think if someone has a side hustle, they're side hustling and they're like, oh, this dude's passionate. But for companies, they think that you're distracted and that you might leave. And so they want someone who's fully focused, which just means like they're a little slave pretty much. And I don't know. I prefer someone with a side hustle because it's like, look at this dude. He's trying to improve, doing all this stuff for fun, like really putting a lot of effort into this. I'm going to take the dude that's doing like 4 jobs because, well, what if it affects his main job? Well, whatever. Anyways, is this all NDA? It's non-compete. NDA just means like you're not allowed to talk about what you see at work and stuff.
I did have to sign an NDA about that too.
Everyone has to sign NDAs typically. Like, you can't go, like, because you're going to look at the code base, then what you could, just come in. I don't understand, like, code NDAs. Like, code is code. Like, a loop is a loop. Like, it's just an NDA on how you're using this code, I guess. I don't know. It's not like some game-changing technology. Lucas, you're welcome. What are your thoughts on trying to pursue a career in the game dev industry as a programmer? Don't do it. You'll be replaced. You'll work long hours for no pay.
And your contract only.
Did I see Aladdin yet? Nah, dude. I'm good. I don't want to see Aladdin. I went and saw Brightburn today. That was fun.
Gruesome.
It was gruesome. It was very graphic. Like, it's like, oh, a movie about what if Superman was evil as a kid. Oh, that sounds kind of neat. And then you watch it and you're like, this kid's ripping people's heads off right now. And they're showing all of it.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it was rated R until that happened. Once they pass good job laws, then become game dev. They're not going to pass good job laws because why would they want to benefit the workers? They're trying to benefit shareholders, my dude. What if you side hustle so you can quit your job? They don't want you to quit your job, dude. They want to keep you at low salary, high profit margin. Tiffany, that's what every company wants to do. They want to pay you as low as possible to keep you happy and make as much money as they can from you. So they're paying you $65,000 a year and they're making $300,000 a year off of you. So that's every single company ever. And that's you are either the dude at the top making that decision or you're the guy underneath getting the ripoff. So I'm very pro get a job, learn how to do it, find a problem, solve it, do it yourself. Some people don't want to do it. Some people can't. I mean, that just depends.
Then get sued.
If you want to do more money, are you allowed to start a side hustle? He has no side hustles. How do you explain short stints on a resume? I don't think it needs to be explained. Just say it was a contract job, and the contract was over, and then I'm done. I'm from India. Any advice for a student who's doing bad in college? Want to learn web dev and start freelancing from India. If you want to start freelancing, start calling up companies.
I'm allowed to do a part-time job that has nothing to do with the industry that I'm in. Yeah, if I want to go work as a burger flipper or a bagger.
I saw your video preparing with Lambda. Will you be interviewing Ben again? No. Super busy. When I did that video, there's like no one at Lambda. Are there non-competes where you can work that's considered your own, but you can't jump ship for X amount of years to a similar company in the same niche? Yeah, that's exactly what non-competes are. But there is no, if you're working a side hustle, that's not, they're going to take that out with a non-compete. Josh, if you can plan it, could you do 100 hours a week programming, doing 300K plus a year? Okay, so I'll just drop some transparency here in the chat. I work probably about 20 to 40 hours a week, and I make about 225 a year right now. So why would I ever work 100 for an extra 75 that I don't really care about? I'm pretty content. I'd never work 100 hours for anybody but myself. Let's define work though, right? Like my whole life is work at this point. So I would say sometimes it feels like work, and let's count those 40 hours as work. Where's your main income source? I don't have a main income source. They're all pretty equal. We have referrals, sponsors, sales, ad revenue, and then I had teaching, but yeah. I'm making that much off YouTube? No. I make about $1,300. What's the biggest check you received? In September, I made $38,000. That was pretty cool. I just wanted to see if I could hit 50 in a month, so I pushed really hard and I got 38. So what I would really like to do would be about make 50,000 a week. That'd be cool.
Remember that time you were about to get really upset with me because I was going to get close to making more than you?
Yeah.
But I mean, in my area, that's not much.
It's not like I want to make
Peanuts.
like 50,000 a week. How much did Uncle Sam take? This year I paid $33,000 in taxes. So that's like a whole month. That entire month that I earned just went to the IRS. So, woo! Fun stuff. Yeah, I don't know. What's the most complex programming project you worked on? Probably my game dev with networking.
We need to make that VR game, Josh.
I will. I am. If you can plan it, could you do 100 hours a week? Daniel, I answered that. What other things do you do for income? Well, I take girls on dates. I'm a paid. It's like that movie on Netflix. I'm just kidding. No, I have products. I have ad revenue. So I have like resumes and cover letters. I have ad revenue, sponsorships, affiliate links, merch, but I don't really shill merch. Amazon affiliates. What else? I probably can't think of some stuff. I used to teach code, but I gave up that paycheck because I don't want to sell my time. I can't help more than one person at a time unless I do classes. It's all pretty split. Patrick, what was your favorite project at Lambda?
I really enjoyed the adventure game, which is what I just talked about in the chat. You basically have like over 600 something rooms, and you start in room 0, and you have to find like the shortest path to visit all the rooms. I got it in like 1,000 moves.
Do you ever think about moving someplace where the cost of living is super cheap? You want to know where the places where the cost of living is super cheap? In the middle of nowhere. So I'm not going to be 28 years old again, and I'd like to live life a little bit. So,
Just dead.
like, I don't want to live in the middle of Nebraska and be like, oh hell yeah, I'm raking in this cash right now. But like, the only thing there is to do in Nebraska is to hide from tornadoes, for fun. So like, I'm good. I'd rather live life while I'm 28, and I don't mind. I don't want to, like Gary Vee says, just close your eyes until you're 30. Like, well, I'm not like 19, so that's not how it works. I'm not like life is what passes you by when you're busy trying to like plan it out, So, is LA the plan? I don't want to live in California. I'm good. Are you from Ontario? I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, down south. What are you doing to keep up with code now that you're done teaching? I still code though. I code my website. I don't.
Wait, even after visiting San Francisco, Josh, you still wouldn't like to live in California?
I'd like to live in one of those rich ass houses, but not.
But not pay that exorbitant costs.
I don't know. Like I don't. There's certain things that I like about not being there. So, you know, this is America, and I like that access to things that you get in America that California makes it difficult to get access to.
Josh, my mom says come move in with her now that I'm moving out.
What up, Mrs. Thompson? I currently have an opening for a date tomorrow,
Miss
Memorial
Thompson,
Day.
he has an opening for a date tomorrow. She wants a renter, not a date. She wants a sublet.
I love Savannah. You got to do the slow molasses Savannah. I do declare, Mr.
There's
Beauregard.
been murder, I do declare.
Oh man.
Ruthie, I'm moving to Austin, Texas.
Hello, Uriel. What up, dude? Pros and cons: front end devs versus back end. Back end usually makes more. Front end is pretty saturated. You're gonna be doing both anyways. Santa Monica? Nah, I'm good. I don't want to go to California. I like my American things that I'm allowed to have here.
Savannah, Georgia. This is so fun to say.
It's that slow molasses with that little bit of the whistle and that bottom those spots, the bottom two teeth. You can make words that have whistles that aren't supposed to have whistles. If you do
My mom just said, "Stop making fun of the South."
Oh man!
But he can do it. He's from Atlanta.
I'm from the South. I'm allowed to do this accent, okay? But I'm good.
Austin's a great city, but it's definitely not built for the amount of people that are there right now. And still coming in. They need to figure that one out real quick. If it takes you an hour to go 8 miles down the 35, then it's probably needs some kind of infrastructure change.
Ain't nothing like Georgia sweet tea. You wanna know how to make Georgia sweet tea? This is what you do. This is what my mom did, right? You just grab some Lipton, you make some regular tea, and then you take about 4 cups of sugar, and then put it in the fridge for like 6 hours, and you're good.
Do Herbert, Josh. Do it right now.
I don't want to do it. Pearl Wise, how you doing? You having a good Memorial Day? Ooh.
Hey, Chris.
I'm gonna get demonetized.
Oh no. Oof. Look at me, Morty.
Why
I'm
can't
Pickle Rick.
why can't I have like any other like accent abilities? Why does it have to be Herbert or a dude from the South or like an obnoxious guy?
Do Morty.
I can't. I don't have a deep enough voice. I tried. I try it alone sometimes when I'm in front of the mirror.
Gee, I don't know, Rick.
Yeah, you can do both because
I'm dumb. Because I have nothing better to do because I didn't have a job. Okay.
what should I say to this girl, chat? This girl messaged me. What should I say?
She Asian?
I guess. I mean, does it matter? Seems cute. Who else we got in the messages?
Hit her with the seems cute.
Nah, that's not normally what I say. Depends. Who else? We got Alex in here.
Same Gabriel, the unemployed accent. I need a job, please.
Alex looked kind of cute. She messaged me. I don't know. I mean, I do okay with the ladies. It's not a problem.
All you gotta do now, Josh, is Snapchat yourself with the lady filter and put up a lady version of yourself on Tinder.
God.
800 wipes in one day.
Do you recommend Upwork for freelancing? No. They take 20% unless you're like you're the real G, the tree. No, you are, man. Thanks for the 5. I'm just kidding. I read that's a donation from 18 days ago. Wow. Oh, okay. Do you have Tender Gold? You aren't doing Tender right if you don't got Tender Gold. Were you not supposed to have unlimited swipes? You just want me to wait? What is it? 12, 24 hours? I don't care to see who swiped on me. That doesn't matter to me. I just want, like, I do the power swipe, right? So you get Tinder and you swipe on everybody, and then, oh no, pass. Sure. So
Hey,
you do the Tinder where you just accept all of them, and then you sort
guys,
later.
I'm gonna give you a little secret about Upwork, okay? What you do is you get some random Indian dude off of LinkedIn who wants to use your Upwork, and you let him pay you 80% and he'll take 20%. I'm just kidding.
They heard about his bank. That's why his phone is blowing up. That's actually not. I don't tell them what I do. And I never tell them what I do. It says, well, okay, in my profile it says that I do like film and YouTube and stuff. And they'll be like, oh, what's your channel? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to tell you my channel until like I feel comfortable with you. So you don't get to know. You can have my first letter of my last name, but that's it. Because I don't want some girl to be like, oh, wow, that's cool. And then like she just uses the channel to build something for herself. You know, like leverage my audience. I'd be super careful. Or like, you know, if we go on a date or I like cook them dinner here at my house, right? They're like, this is where he lives. And they like dox me, you know, just start going crazy because I'm like, you're crazy. You know, it's not working. Bye.
I'd dox you, Josh, if I was a girl.
I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to trust. Do you think a bootcamp in conjunction with a CS degree can be beneficial? I would do a bootcamp and then have your job after the bootcamp pay for your CS degree. Sports.
That's what my job's gonna do. They said after a year they'll pay for me to go back to school.
You won't want to do it. You would go to college. You would show back up in class and you'd be like, this is so dumb. I'm never gonna use this. I've been working here for a year already. Like I know this is not what you do on the job.
I'm literally gonna be that guy when they're like, introduce yourself and why you're here, and I'd be like, well, I'm already a software engineer, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, wow, so you know everything, and I'm like, no, and I don't care enough.
Buy a junk car for the first date? No, I don't buy. No, that's not how this works, my dudes. I have a motorcycle, so I'm like, yo, what up? I got a motorcycle. I got 2 helmets. You get to be the camera girl. I'll put the GoPro on you, and they're like, oh my god. And I'm like, yeah, cool. You can be my camera girl. I'll have the 360 cam, and then we can go right around, cruise some mountains. And they're like, oh, that sounds amazing. And I'm like, oh, look at this fluffy dog I have. And they're like, oh, wow, he's so cute. And I'm like, yep. But I'm not like, look at this money.
Bro, and I went to a community college and got my AS in comp sci. So if you have one that's around and offers that, that would be beneficial. And then I went and did boot camp. I mean, no one cares about an associate's for comp sci anyway, but you know.
Let's see. Do you even cloud? I have no reason to. Do I have to get into web dev to be a freelancer, or can I do back-end desktop? I don't. You can be. Okay, so you got freelancers. Freelancers are like people that go to clients and they're like, yo, I got something to sell you. Here, buy. And contractors are like what you would be. Contractors would be like you'd go to a company that needs help with a project. You'd work for a little bit, and then you'd move on to another company. So you'd be company to company to company. Freelancers is like, hey, here's a product and an item or a website or an app that I'm building for you. Here you go, and then I'm done. Like, it's on you as the freelancer. Wait, what bikes do you have again? I have a Triumph Speed Triple 1050, some aftermarket exhaust, so it sounds so good. I was riding around, so I got this jacket on. I just went for a cruise. Patrick's like, are we streaming? I couldn't even read my phone because I was cruising some mountains, listening to some music.
I wonder if it's. Do I need a motorcycle license in Texas, or
Yes,
can I just use?
You need a motorcycle license everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And it's tiered, so you
Gross.
like so you start out at like 50 cc's, and if you test on a bike that's over, like if you test out the motorcycle driving test, if you test on a bike that's 650 cc's plus, you can ride anything. And if you're under 650 cc's, if you test on like a 500 or 300, then you can only ride a 500 or 300. So
Ugh.
test
Wanna
on a
ride-
650.
I just want to ride the bike that I really like.
I got
Just one style.
2 one-wheel XRs like 2 days ago. So now I can be like, yo, what up, girls? I know you like to snowboard in Salt Lake City, but it's summertime and you can't shred. Luckily, I got 2 one-wheels. You trying to shred some streets? Let's go on a date. Easy, boom, done.
You
Secured.
market even when you're dating.
Secured the bag. I mean, that's what it
Market.
is. Well, you got to convince them to why should they go and spend their night dating you instead of the 900 other thirsty bros, you know?
Yeah.
Josh, you went to Dev Mountain. Would you recommend Dev Mountain today? No. Don't go there. They've been bought out twice. The name has stayed the same. Prices have, I would say, quintupled, not quadrupled, quintupled. So that's 5x increase. There's still no guarantee. The CEO that started Dev Mountain is no longer the CEO of Dev Mountain. He cashed out with 10 million and has been taken over. The guys at Dev Mountain reached out to me because they were like, we heard that you're saying like you don't like us. And I was like, add a guarantee and we'll talk. And they're like, well, we can't add a guarantee. I'm like, well, you got to stay competitive. And they're like, if we added a guarantee, the students won't take the curriculum serious. And I'm like, what? They would take you more serious because you got skin in the game. You're showing to students that you're ready to risk your finances to prove that you know what you're doing as a school. So, and they were like, well, you're free to come down here and look at our area. I'm like, I don't care about your curriculum or what your classroom looks like. Add a guarantee. And they're like, all right, well, if you change your mind, let us know. And that was the end of that conversation. And they just like copped out, because they couldn't win me over. That's what it is. I went there, right? Like I went there. I tried to be a mentor there. They told me no. They asked me to write a blog post, and I was like, oh yeah, will I be compensated? No, I'm sorry. You'll be compensated in exposure. Okay, no. No. I'm good.
Funny.
I'm glad I didn't do it now.
Hit him with your funny.
If you weren't to... Wait, that's not to me.
I answered.
Oh. Do you have an opinion on Team Treehouse? I like Team Treehouse. I think it's dope. It's like Udemy, but for a monthly fee. So Udemy is like class by class, which is good, and like it's slightly cheaper if you know the teacher and you like their style and you want one thing. And then Treehouse is a little more expensive, but you get access to all of it. So, opinion on Lambda. If I had to go back, I'd go there, and they're not paying me to say this. They never paid me. When I started following Patrick, I didn't have a referral link. I didn't have an affiliate link. I was just following Patrick because I thought it was dope.
And it is dope.
It was like 3 months in. They were like, hey, Josh, you want a referral link? I was like, yeah, sure. That sounds cool.
Not to mention, weren't you like, whoa, how do you know all this stuff? Like, I was like 3/4 of the way done.
Mm.
Congrats, Henry. You'll enjoy it, I promise. It'll be a bumpy ride.
Caitlin wants to know what's a fair salary to ask when asking an interview. Caitlin, so you gotta do the level up on them, which means you go to Glassdoor, you type in the company, and you see what they're paying the other devs there. So that way, when you do the interview, you already know what the other devs are getting paid, and you can say the range that Glassdoor gives you. So let's say you're doing front-end web dev at a company, and you go and you look, and it says the average pay is $72,000, and the scale on Glassdoor will say, 65 to 75. And so in the interview, you can be like, 65 to 75, because you know that most devs are getting paid within that range.
But I would always start up 10K and keep your bottom number being your absolute.
Yeah, I would start at 75. If you know that you think you're worth 65, I would ask for 75. So you're going to get lowballed. It's a game. You're a product they're getting a discount on. They're trying to get, they're trying to get the most profit out of you for the least cost. I'm sorry. That is the reality of business as an employee. Like, if I were to hire you, Patrick, I would pay you $50 an hour to do something for me, and I would expect $300 in return per hour that you work for me. That's just the reality of, but that's the CEO advantage, right? Like, the CEO was there from the start when there was no company. The CEO built the company. He maybe went, had a bunch of failures and mishaps, and then he just, that's the reasoning. And so when you hire somebody, when you're the one who made it, it's like, look, I was here when I almost lost my house, and the employees just coming in and start cashing checks right away. That's the advantage.
If you can't find their salary info, Caitlin, of their startup, look at the area that they're based in and look at what the averages in that area is, and then add 10K to that.
I was told to never say your worth. Ron, see, that doesn't work anymore, because the only way that you can apply to jobs is by filling out an online application, and the online application requires you to fill out the salary section. So you can put something ridiculous in hopes of they're like, oh, what does this mean? In hopes that they'll call you and be like, oh, yeah, we noticed this seems like, is this correct? They'll probably just disregard you, because I've tried it. I tried to type in words of so what is your salary expectation? And I typed in some super politically correct thing.
Fair market value?
No, it wasn't like that. It was like, I believe that salary is dependent upon my, what did I say? I'm flexible on salary as I believe it's dependent on who I'm working with and the culture of the company. I'm willing to negotiate further. That's what I typed in the box.
And you never got a call back.
And I never ever got calls back from that. And then whenever I typed it in on some jobs, they were like, sorry, this is expecting a number value. Like, they were actually, validated checking for a number value. So
when you hit them with a SQL injection or XSS.
Then you definitely don't get a call back. So do you move first or get a job first? They wait for you to move and then you start working? There's no jobs around here. Do remote. Flatiron Bootcamp has a job offer guarantee. Is this an okay guarantee? Are job guarantees like Lambda and App Academy king? App Academy's job guarantee is poop. Because I worked with a student that went to App Academy and he couldn't find a job for 2 years. And then we did a mentor thing, and now he has a job. But no, it's not good. And then Flatiron has a guarantee, I guess, but the ISA guarantee is no good, and I will call them out for that all day. The ISA guarantee says if you make $40,000 a year or more, you pay back 10% for 4 years. So Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're in the industry. So by default, Lambda says you have to be making 50,000, which means you're making more money, and it has to be in the industry. Flatiron says if you're making 40,000, it doesn't matter what industry. You could be flipping burgers, somehow making 40,000. You got to pay back, which means they don't care if they gave you the skills to get a job in the industry or not. That's my opinion.
Hey, Josh. I have to get going to bed, buddy.
No, I have to get going to bed. You can't go to bed before me. I'm the one who set the timer.
I'm sorry.
Bro. I set a timer for 50 minutes. Actually, so here's the meme. Patrick. I never clicked start, my dude.
Ooh!
So how long have we been here? 55 minutes. Rip.
It's okay.
Sometimes you can disable the check. That's true. It's a holiday tomorrow. Define what a holiday is to me again. What is a holiday and what is a weekend?
Still working.
Every day, like, I don't get holidays. I don't have health insurance. Like, I just don't work if I don't want to work. Thank you, Josh. Okay, and Keith, I will answer this question because you've pasted it like 7 times, and I thought I answered it, but maybe you missed it. Should I sign up on Fiverr and sites like that? Can you recommend a site? And Keith, so you want to be a freelancer. The way to be a freelancer is to go to them. Don't wait for them to come to you. It's the same thing for anything in life. If you want something, you have to go get it. Do not wait for people to come to you. If you're going on a date with your girl, you go make that date happen. The girl's not going to be like, hey, you want to go on a date? And, you got to make that stuff happen, my dude. So, start calling people. More videos win. I'll do a portfolio review video tomorrow. And then I'm going to release a video with my dad on Tuesday. I'm getting a different car on Tuesday. I'm going to give my car to my parents probably and get a different car. And we're going to do how to buy a used car from a dealership without getting scammed, basically. So I'm going to bring my camera there, and we're going to walk around and look at all the shitty cars they try to sell you, and he's going to basically just grill them, and it's going to be great. And hopefully they don't sue us. But I think it'd be a great start to his channel. But yeah, good explanation. I will do that, dude. You got to do it. Just look on Google Maps. Seriously, maybe we'll do that in a live stream, or I'll do a video where I just open Google Maps and I'll just start looking at companies, and we'll just call them up. And I'm not a salesman. I don't really know how to sell. I mean, I kind of do, but I'm not a salesman. And we'll just call them up and we'll be like, look, I don't ever say, hey, look, I think your site needs improvement. This is what I'm charging. I always say, hey, I was a customer here the other day and you guys did such a great job. I want to give back. That way you seem like, even if it's not, That's how I did it. But okay, we're going to go to sleep. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. All 93 of you, all of the lurkers. I appreciate all of you. Just want to let you know.
And thank you for anyone who's donated and anyone who's thinking of donating. Every dollar helps, I promise. Thank you.
He's moving to Texas and has no money, so he has a GoFundMe. If you'd like to support him, Patrick dropped a link. I guess that's it. I appreciate your lurkers. Let me pay respects to my lurkers real quick. F for lurkers. And then F for Patrick for finally getting a job.
Thanks, buddy. Yes, and more mechanical dad, Josh.
Yeah, so I appreciate you guys. More videos coming. Let me know what you want to see. Got ideas or whatever. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the video tomorrow.